Hello dear traders, I'm Anna Kasatkina and you're watching the weekly review of the US stock market. Stocks on Wall Street tumbled last week. The reason for this was weak data on China's manufacturing PMI. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average logged record weekly losses in more than a year, despite the trading volumes on Thursday and Friday were considerably higher than the 30-day moving average. The S&P 500 index closed below the psychologically significant threshold of 1,800 points for the first time since December the 17th, losing 2.1% to the final reading of 1,790.29 points. Thus, the broad index shed 2.6% for the week. It was the weakest result since June of 2012. Currently, the index is 3.1% below its high posted on the 15th of January. Last Monday, the US stock markets were closed for Martin Luther King Day. Meanwhile, the Dow Jones fell by 2% to 15,879.11 points. On the week, the indicator shed 3.5%. It was the most significant weekly fall since 2011. The Nasdaq Composite deteriorated by 2.2% to 4,128.17 points, closing the week 1.7% lower than before. The indicator fell by 1.2% since the year's start. Investors initiated massive sales of stocks and emerging markets currencies on Thursday after a slew of weak data from China. At the end of January, in China, manufacturing PMI slid to 49.6 points from 50.5 points before. The economists expected an increase to 50.6 points. The sharp sell-offs marked the beginning of long-awaited correction. Apart from this, traders were following the quarterly reports of some large corporations in light of the lack of economic data from the USA. Hence, Kimberly-Clark fourth quarter report showed the company earned $539 million or $1.40 per share, which is above economists' expectations. The company's quotes improved by 1.9%. Apart from this, Care.com shares rose by a third during the company's maiden trading session. The internet company sold shares at $17, slightly above the forecasted $14 to $16. Thus, the company could attract $90 million. At the same time, the Microsoft papers grew by 2.1% after it disclosed its quarterly report on Thursday. The figures beat the market estimates in October-December. The eBay Incorporated quote slipped by 1% to a negative territory after Carl Icahn said he was ready to persuade the shareholders to vote for him to win 2 seats on the board and push the company to spin off PayPal. This was the weekly review of the US stock market from InstaForexx. Thank you and see you next week. Bye.